Welcome to Startup Hack. Today we're going to talk about the 3 skills you must have to be a great developer. Hi, my name is Spencer Thomason, and I've helped hire and train hundreds of developers throughout my 25-year career, and I want to help you get started on the best career possible. So today we're going to talk about the 3 must-have developer skills, or 3 most important skills that every developer needs. I've been working as a software developer for over 25 years, and I've really found that these 3 things are the thing that every successful software developer needs to be successful. So let's go ahead and get started today. Number 1, you have to be relentless. So number 1 is that you've got to be relentless, and that's because the persistence of breaking through challenges. Sometimes it means cussing, throwing down your tools, walking away for a minute, and then coming back and trying again. But you've got to be able to be relentless and drive through hard problems. All of our program or software development is just problem solving. And so you just have to be good at really driving through those hard times when most others are giving up. That's one of the core pieces that makes a great software developer. You've got to be able to be relentless. And so that means that sometimes you're trying to solve it from front to back, and other times you get frustrated, so you might flip it around and solve from back to front. There's different ways to sit down and look at the problem. You can just try to really look at things different, and that can help you to break down the problems. Sometimes it means breaking the problem down into different types of blocks. You've got to be relentless in what you're pursuing, and that is part of the reason why most entrepreneurs are somewhat technical, because they've learned how to break through these problems. It includes problem solving and technical problem solving, or something that hits everybody as you're starting to build a product or a company or whatever it is that you're trying to build. So you've got to be relentless. So number 2 is that you've got to be confident. You've got to be confident enough that you can solve a problem. Sometimes this confidence may just mean that you have the ability to Google, and that's a really important skill. Somebody who can Google really well and sort through some of the cruft to find the really important answers, that is huge. Sometimes it means putting on fast-paced music and just jamming it out, which brings us back to number 1, to be persistent. But you've got to have enough confidence to not give up. You've got to be confident in yourself, confident in your skills, and confident that you can get through this. I tell myself a lot of times, somebody's figured this out before. And really, with development, there's very few times that you're doing something completely new. And so a lot of times, it usually just means you've got to sit down, convince yourself somebody's done something similar before, and work to break through the walls. So it's usually how we put things together that becomes inventive. So you take the business logic, the marketing play, whatever it is, but at the end of the day, usually you're writing some piece of code that somebody has done something similar before. So I tell myself frequently that someone else has figured it out, and I can too. So I've got to be confident to be able to break through, solve the problem, and get my task done. So this means not giving up when things get tough, and it means just being confident in yourself. Now, number 3 may seem a little counter to number 1 and 2, but number 3 is knowing when to ask for help. This is a really important problem, and I see a lot of junior developers really struggle with this. They spin and spin and spin their wheels for days at a time. Now, that term, spin your wheels, if you think about where this term comes from, it comes from when you're off-roading, and you're off-roading in a Jeep or a truck or something like that, and if you get stuck and you're deep in the snow or deep in the mud and you keep spinning your wheels, what's going to happen? The truck actually gets deeper and you just get more stuck in your problem. So this goes back to what I was saying about number 1 and number 2. Know how to be persistent, know how to be confident, but ultimately you've got to be confident in yourself enough to know when to break down the problem. And then once you've done all you can do, you've got to be confident enough to say, I need another pair of eyes on this. And a lot of times just getting another pair of eyes can help you break down the problem. So I know a lot of times that I've had to ask for help. Just getting somebody else in, looking through it, explaining it actually forces me to break it down in such a way that a lot of times I'll solve my own problem. Or they'll just be able to ask one simple question and be able to say, well, did you think about this? So you've got to know when to ask for help. You've got to know when to dig in, when to say, okay, I'm going to stop pushing on the throttle and digging myself a deeper hole, and how to ask for help. So knowing when to ask for help actually shows persistence and confidence. Check out startuphack.com. If there's anything with the price or anything, contact us. We'd be glad to help you out. We have lots of different options at our disposal that we can help you get started on this great career today. So check out startuphack.com.